Morning, it is not recorded? Okay, don't worry. Now, things in OBE is like a triangle. One of the corner is instructional strategy. They were teaching. The second one is assessment. Assessment is need not be just test 1, test 2, assignment. It can be many. You can innovate yourself the way you want to play. There are play role. You can make them with a drama. Many ways you can generate your assessment tool, and outcome will come. Okay, so this is all, I think, all of what I was talking. Apply, evaluate, and create. So what is something should get promoted from your learning? What it should get? So the first thing, that is learner are engaged in the session real time. Engineering is all real time. Unless we have a project which are only simulated. Simulation, in the field, most of them will not work completely. So therefore, hardware. You ask anybody, what do you want to become? Software engineer. What for? It is soft. Hardware, the demand for software is more, therefore it's fine. But at the same time, the hardware jobs are less. But the coding, everybody, all computer science student, you may be knowing there are not coders, code changers. 4-digit into 2-digit, change this, that thing, customize, satisfy these things. That's all what they do. Real coders are difficult. But you have to have codathon. You yakathan, codathon, you have to, there are software where student can see whether they are learning or not. There are diagnostic tools. Do you use any diagnostic tools? Aspiring Mind, IQ, where each student can see whether his soft skills are not, his domain is improving or not. They're all cheap, 100 rupees, 4 tests a year. I mean, they are all, less than one pizza or one dosa rate. So you should start using the tools to find out their student. Morning, I was talking about slow learner, fast learner. So where you can identify them. Not one exam where pass or fail can tell is a fast learner or slow learner. Slow learner is fair enough. See, the idea is in the NEP, a student can complete everything in 3.5 years and then go for internship. Internship 6 months, he can go for 1 year also, abroad or year. So I don't think we have done that provision. So a curriculum can provide 1 semester only project come, some course online, so that he need not physically be with you. Is it? You must have done that in the curriculum revision. Yeah, some bright student, he gets an internship internationally, he can go 1 year. He can take some course, Coursera, and he can be NPTEL, Swayam, he can be assessed. So that he will have, he's a bright test. That is called outcome. My students have gone, 5 of them have gone for international internship. That scores you. That will take you up. They are all called USP, unique selling point. Everybody does. We are different, is what I was talking. So therefore, those things you should aim for. International internships, international collaboration, international. Do you do conference together with other institutions? With whom? No. Oh, you do what? No, collaborations will lead to so many other good things. Cooperation, using their facility, using their domain, using their software, see, advantage is they conduct one conference, put your name. You conduct, put their name. You spend only one part of the money, they spend their part, then but 2 will be there. So collaboration, cooperations are going to be the part of the day. I don't know where I was. So existing knowledge is activated for a new knowledge should come. Outcome-based education should lead to new knowledge. Any research that you do, any innovation you do, your mission should lead to that. And new knowledge, it's a sequence. The learners are engaged. So therefore, my model is students of second year, third year, fourth year, you should put them together. Morning, I was telling 5 P's. Give some problem to, let's say, one domain, robotics, somebody wants to do. Take second year, third year, fourth year, 5 student, ask them to do it. Fourth year, you will pass out. The 10 will be left over. First year student gets in. The group of 15 continues. So then same problem if they continue, problem will become a project next year. One more year, a project will become product. After one more year, a product may become patent. If not patent, some good publication. For student, good placement. Then ideation to TR level, then it becomes startup, then you become an entrepreneur. So therefore, you have to have a group of students across the domain and different classes, second year, third year, fourth year. That I think is a key to get your patents and all those. Patents come, are not going to come overnight. You have to work on that over the time. So that is where you should interact with ISRO, Atomic Energy, CSIR. India is full. They fund also. They give you problems. You can make a small nano satellite and then send it also. They will encourage. And right here is the person from ISRO. So what I'm saying is you should do that. That becomes a visible. So the IIT, academic, what I first advise to all of you is arrange 10 lectures in a year. 2 from academia, 2 from R&D, or 2, 3 from R&D, 2 from industry, 2, 3 from alumni. Then what is the student will in UA. That 10 months in a year, 10 lectures, online or otherwise, can do, then the whole spectrum is covered. State of art. We learn everything we cannot learn in our lifetime. So therefore, we need to. So then it becomes a for you. You are a professional body member, IEEE, ASME. So there you can resource persons will come. So these activities not for NBA you do as a to enlighten students learn things that those things can be planned. So existing knowledge is a foundation for new knowledge. New knowledge is demonstrated. Knowledge also applied, and finally new knowledge is integrated with the learner world. So something comes out of this outcome-based education. That's the philosophical sum I will. So now we are talking, what are the strategies for teaching? So many can be listed, but how do we do it is what is important. For example, all of you must be PBL, you call it, problem-based learning. What do you do, project-based learning? Do you have a concept of tutorial? How do you conduct tutorial? What is the size of the tutorial? If all 60 students sit, it's not a tutorial. What do they do in tutorial? Who solves the problem? Student, is it going? Do you give different problem to different groups? So those things you should come out. Okay. So some 5 students you make a group, give them some problem. They work on that. They will come and solve. Like that. A slow learner can be given a softer problem. Idea is not to pass fail them, to make them learn in a, there is one graduate attribute called individual and teamwork. This another model you can adopt and then map it. So the project based learning can be a tool for your outcome, one of the graduate attributes. Because first 5 I told you, engineering knowledge, of course to map, design, analysis, solving a complex problem, modern tool, you can take care. The others are there, ethics, individual, teamwork, society, sustainability, all those things you need to do with co-curricular. You do a lot of co-curricular activity, isn't it? Some competition, your student go and participate, others comes and participate. Does it happen? Industry conclave, research conclave, HR conclave. In a year, 2 days you can have this, Saturday, Sunday, so that interaction with the industry outside world will happen. Must be doing, and you see that such a things are. So hands-on learning, your labs. How do you do labs? 12 experiment. What experiments? You're fixed. Open-ended design. Every year you can't change 12 experiment, not easy. So what my suggestion would be, out of 12, 6 you fix it. Another 6 open-ended. So that students can choose and do, or some design experiment, something. All 12 ready-made experiment will not give the hands-on. They know previous record they take, they write, we follow, learning, make a group and then, like individual and teamwork. That method also can be adapted for this hands-on. The third one is experiential learning. What is experiential learning? Morning I was talking about co-teaching. Industry person, you can teach together a course. 3 hours of you can stand and clear there, you will take up some case study, then, your inputs as a teacher and his perception from the industry point can take place, so that both of us will gain. So such models also lead to that. Internship experience important. 6 months, internship today has become a pre-placement. Students will get absorbed. You just finish your course and come, they say. So conversion of internship into a pre-placement. Internship international also you try. Few students, if they can get now a lot of Korea, Taiwan, even other European countries, they are giving internships. So we should also be with the MOU we can. And of course, your flipped classroom. What is flipped classroom? Then any other way by which you can flip the class? 9 to 4:30 you do. They should do in evening. They should do in the Saturday, Sunday. So they need not be in a classroom. Flip class is what they can do in the class hour, they can do even outside. That is where self-study component can be brought. Many fundamental, see, everything cannot be covered in 4 years. And also 120 credit, 80, 160, you already removing and clubbing many things. Everything is packed. You pack. Problem. You think that you are a student. So then you study. Otherwise, do you think it is easy to get degree? We can tell as a teacher, but you have to see their difficulty. Blended mode. All of you understand. It's blended. No, online, offline, digital. There everywhere. Where? No, you use your LMS, learning management system. There itself, you can go to internet, come back, either flipping, all those things should happen. Now, one way you have to do manually all these things. My class can be interactive. While doing, I can go to the internet, then I can come back, then I can go to digital board, write something. Then, that mode, you have a studio. Content can be developed by us. There are many places where there are no teachers. So your branding will come. So you can, you have been teaching a course for 10 years, for 20 years. You prepare your e-content, like, Swayam. Why only IIT people, ISC should do? You also can do. LNMIT lecture series. No. Now ministry also has made a provision where some of them also they will load into that if they are good. That they have now started accelerated program. So otherwise also you do, for your own. The Rajasthan, you can, your share with other colleges where there are no teacher to subject. There are subjects elective. There are no teachers in your colleges. So therefore, those things are all possible. Then co-curricular is your quiz, tech fest, go to conference outside, you conduct tech fest. Do you do all Kodathon? No, you're that itself is outcome. Subjective, that's all. Yeah. No, that itself is enough. No, they are not loosely mapped. You don't have to quantify like a first five thing. You can say this batch, they have gone for this, participated this, won the prize this, they have learned this. That itself you can write statements. That's good enough. Because there nobody expect to map those graduate attribute 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in that, one ethics course, how can it? So first five is fundamental. The next is, you say, I have done activity for ethics, I arrange some lecture, map it. That's enough. So society and, you must have arranged Lions Club, this something, some awareness, you can add it. or you must have given some teacher, some people, some computer awareness. So activities for social, like a social responsibility. You have university social responsibility. You can also, or your student can go to some village, teach them mathematics and those things. You use it for mapping. Your other graduate attributes. NSS activities you map, you can't quantify. You don't have to do 6%, 3 level, 2 level. That required for them. Very small. But that means you are preparing your student all round. That is what all 60 students need not do yoga. All 60 students need not do sports. All 60 students need not. Some patches wherever. In fact, you can have a national sports. If you go, so you can waive 3 credit also and then give. That's all. Those are all get mapped to the extracurricular with the other anything related to society, sustainability, individual, teamwork. You can some will participate something, anchoring something you can use. So activity based can be done. Then active and cooperative learning, that is your student peer thing. And last one is important: think, pair, and share. So make a group, give a problem, they will think all together, pair themselves and share the ideas. Project is one where this model is used. So therefore, for teaching learning, there are many methods. We think only project based, problem based. You can adapt, you can write your own. So many methods of that. So just one example, just to make you understand. I mean, not that one course outcome, what this course can be. Any guess? What this course? So let's say in computer science, there is a course called, so a teacher writes like this. What he writes? Comprehend different operations on various data structure. What Bloom level? Second, comprehension is understanding. Remember, understand. So it is B2 or L2, whatever the second one. Apply the linear data structure and nonlinear data for solving. He writes like that for that course. What Bloom level is that? 3. Hello? Yes? Yeah, I'm in a meeting. Tell me quickly. I'll call you in. No, I'm giving a talk. Can I call you after 3:30? Call me. 3:30. Okay. Sorry. No. So analyze. So morning I was telling, no, try to use those while writing your COs. That is important. Next, assessment we are talking. What is assessment? It's a measure of performance. So what is evaluation? Interpretation. All assessment tools put together becomes a evaluation. Then assessment drives the student. Why we do assessment? To drive student to learn. If there is no assessment, then student will they learn? Even with assessment, they are not learning. So therefore, it drives them. And assessment tools to be informed to the student well in advance. Now you are, where you do each faculty some flexibilities, but you should tell upfront how you evaluate. Otherwise, it's not. So this I do this. Whatever for the course starts. Then teacher guides student to learn through their assessment, content, etc. Now, how do you validate degree to which the assessment measure is what is expected? Finally, what we give them? BTech. So we do all this assessment evaluation. I have some, this grade is so much that all the definitions are there. Then he gets the grade. That is how he become a grade. Now, your assessment should be reliable. That is important. Morning we are talking now. How do we depend our assessment? So what do you mean by reliable? Consistency is important. GR, I was telling, they do 6 times a year, all over the globe, many times, but no one objects, standardized. For example, any 5 years data, if you take, no one says that question paper was easy, this one. All the level of question papers are exactly same. That there's a software which also finds out there are methods, but it's very high end international exam. But we also should do that. Otherwise, we try to practice that at least if possible. Now we are talking about two types of assessment. One is formative. The second one is formative is your continuous, and the second summative is end sum. End sum is validate and reliability. Mid sum, you do piecemeals. You would have done only, it's not a comprehensive. So final exam is comprehensive. So as a university, you should decide what should be the percentage for formative, and so the new education policy and the outcome-based education, we emphasize that if you go to affiliated college, 20% is formative, 80% is summative, which is not a good system because they can't believe. Thousands of colleges, if you they put marks. That's also there in India. Pass them. If you're autonomous, your result is 100%. That's slow. That is. So therefore, we should ensure the quality. So we started in India 30-70, 40-60, 50-50. Most of the institutions, they are using 50-50. A university like also 60% for formative from this academic year and 40% for summative. Because summative should be reduced over the time, because 1 3 hours exam should not decide many things. That is the reason why we yeah. Understood the question? Why midterm? Next question. What is the purpose of midterm? I will do one more test. Instead of 2 tests, I will do 3 tests. Take average. Midterm concept was, in semester is not required. If you ask me, that was the old time concept. Earlier, there are only 2, midterm and final, annual exam. When you come to trimester, semester, when you have different slices, midterm is not required. If midterm is there, remove the other one. Both have, you have how many tests? 2 tests. Huh? Why do you call midterm? Test 2 you call. No, assessment tool. I will come in 2 minutes. I will show you. No, why the terminology midterm? You cover in test 2 itself half. Yeah. Midterm is for university, type universities. Assessment tool, you don't have to call midterm. The content for that. Midterm is half, 4 months, 2 months. Second, first test. 1/3. You decide. Midterm is not a good terminology. You call both of them test 1, test 2. No, other one is mid test, no? Midterm. I see. Okay. I see. Okay. Okay. No, midterm is not a good term. In my personal opinion. Call them assessment tool. I mean. Now you decide test 1 portion covered in 4 weeks. At the end of 8 weeks, I do the second one. Like that you call that. You don't have to call mid test. Formative. Midterm is formative to answer you. Okay, done. Yeah. See, then you change it and say we have reformed. Examinations are reformed. Academic reforms, examination reform, administrative reforms. Your university, you have to climb somewhere in your audit. So you can do that. Practice. So yeah, software tool I understand you are using. Moodle? Everybody uses? Then that is not. Some people Moodle, some people Microsoft, you should not use like that. All of you decide what to use. Otherwise, normalization will not happen. No, as a policy, all of you decide Moodle or your micro tool. No, each one if you are doing again is a problem. For you, for student, for, as a unit, you should agree on LMS. All of us use Moodle, you take a call. Why both? Google Classroom provides you for assessment also. Now, Microsoft Teams you don't have? There also assessment you can do. That is why, what you do, you decide across the university at some point of time what to use. Then, it becomes easy when you start using later network, your software, integrating, data porting becomes easy. Otherwise, you have a model. Ultimately, when you use, all your assignment automatic to save your time, try to do, my suggestion is try to look for, you take a survey, everybody agrees on one and do it from next academic year. That is a better strategy.
Sir, there is an online question that is related to should we consider that 4 credit courses should contribute more towards COPO attainment than 3 credit or any 1 credit course? That question coming from Dr. Prasad online.
No, each course. Yeah, the question is 2 credit course, 3 credit course, 4 credit course. Your COPO max is independent of the credit. Your content is more 3 hours thing. You do 4, 3, 2, 1 for your thing. So therefore, the mapping when it comes, when you have a elective subject of 2 credit, procedures for everything same. So the question asks is, shall we give more weightage for 4 credit? There is nothing like weightage. COPO, that course, same 5 outcome you write, whether it's 4 or 3 or 2. Independent of the credit, each course will be mapped the course outcome with the PO depending upon what you write. That's my answer. Okay. Okay, this, now see, this is one example I can give you. A teacher decides 5 or 6 COs, then is blue level he has written understanding, apply. So what it shows is T1 he puts 15 marks, T2 he puts 15 marks, he conducts one quiz 5 marks, he conducts another quiz 5 marks, he gives one assignment, he gives another assignment. So a teacher is doing how many tools? 6. 2 test, 2 quiz, 2 assignment. Okay. So then total is 30, 40, 50. So he wants 50 summative, 50 formative. So what it does is the CO1 is in the lower Bloom level. So test 1 he conducts for 5 marks. There is a test he conducts for 15 marks. So what you can see that you would not have covered the subject of higher ranking, higher Bloom level. So what it does is the curriculum that he is teaching will go to CO3. So he will understanding level, one question he gives, 1 or 2, whatever, and another understanding level in CO2 and apply CO3. So there is no rule CO1 is unit 1, CO2 is unit 2. You can have a combination and write your COs is what I am trying to illustrate. Now, the second test he conducts later, isn't it? He would have covered more subject. Then he conducts 2 tests for 15 marks on these 2 COs. This TO he will give 2 questions, one in the understanding level. So the question need not be only on the apply. So he gives A, one question, 1A for understanding level, 1B application. He gives another test where one question for 2 marks for understanding. And so what I am essentially saying is a question can have different bloom level. So don't fix it that question should be only in this bloom. Question 1 ABC. A can be in remember, B can be in understanding, C can be an apply, analyze. So that can be done. So what he has done is he has conducted for 15 marks one test, another 15 marks for another test. Now you will conduct one quiz somewhere in the beginning, 2 weeks or surprise. So what you do, you will quiz he can conduct either by, he can make a question paper and give it to you and answer. Which can be many ways, by also whatever the way he thinks, and he does in the remember level. Most of the quiz in the beginning will be bloom level, remember level. So 3 plus 2, 5 marks. So the next quiz he conducts at the end. You would have covered all the. So he will, most of the quiz cannot be conducted and apply, analyze and all that. So therefore, essentially quizzes are in the lower bloom level. And he gives assignment. Assignment he will not give in the beginning. He will give, how many assignment is giving? No, one assignment will have CO2, CO3, CO4. Remember, understand, this 5 marks. Another assignment he will give at the end, where he wants to cover the higher bloom level P. So there is no rule that you should follow like this. I gave one pattern where your summative, means formative assessment for 50 marks can be like this. In the same way, SEE means end sum. End sum examination, he plans like this. This is one model he follows. 1A, 6U, 4U. What do you understand? No, 1A you forget. It's only the A, this B. They only take this. Okay. So he now 50 marks he has done for, but final exam is conducted for 100 marks, but weightage is taken for 50 marks. So what it does is CO1 you will cover in the final exam for 10 marks in understand level. Another 10 marks on CO2 you would have written on the lower bloom and understand. The third CO3 he covers understand, apply. You will give one question of 8 marks, one question of 8 marks, so 20. So 10, 20 plus 20, 40 plus 20, 60 plus 20, 80 plus 20. So you will set a question paper. You can one way you can set the question paper is 100 marks, different bloom level, covering all the COs. Or some other teacher who's teaching that he likes to do like this, he can do. So what I'm trying to say is you decide. See that final exam covers all COs and all bloom level. You can see all bloomers are there. Understanding is there, apply is there, and depends on the subject, which semester. There may be a subject in the 6th semester will have even other analysis. It may be in the 3rd semester, it may not have the application. So therefore, this is left to the teacher. So teacher should decide how I do it, what test I do, how many quiz I do, how many assignment do. That if you want, you can fix it some number. You must have fixed or flexible. No, flexible is also dangerous. Fixed. I don't know, you have to tell. Midterm and end term are fixed. But you should give range. You should not give full. Range you can give 30 to 40, 50 to 60. Range if you don't give, then it becomes because question subjects are different, core is different, elective is different, what I teach in domain is different. So you should have some range. This range. After the voting, they give you exit survey. BJP will win 45 seat to 60. It need not be 45, it can be 60 there, but not so in our academics. Now, rubrics. What do you understand by rubrics? Is an assessment tool. Okay. Everything that you want to assess, there should be a rubrics. That's what we said. So, LTP system that we are using, we should go for LTPS. Self-study. Now, as many courses as possible in future, at least before NBA visit, a current semester, try to do, and then in your course file, have a evidence that this topic is not in your lesson plan. This topic is, you say that they will learn from this course of Swayam or this course of this notes or this textbook, and see that a question is asked on those topic in the test. And don't ask in the final exam. Self-study is to make him learn. So then, since I have not taught, he may not be, each one will be weird. So therefore, self-study component should be done only in the test and test 1, 2, not in the final. Yeah. Yes, question number 1. Maximum about 10 to 15%. If there is a 40 hours, 10 hours maximum. There's no out of syllabus. You are telling now, you are studying, the question will be there in the test. How can you say out of syllabus?
He has not studied.
No, if he has not studied, he will get 0. He is supposed to. See, some elementary topic, why should you teach? He should learn. Otherwise, he will not become independent. Spoon feeding is happening in India. So, what you do, you try out in a group to learn. Don't do self-study for individual. Very difficult. In a class of 90, how do you make it? What you do, make 10 students. See, project are done 4. For self-study, you make bigger group. So that all the 10, they will learn together, but they have to write individually in the test. And where is the question? If he has not read, he will not get. Even if what you taught, if he doesn't write, you give 0 marks. Second question. Both are covered. Voice. Definitely. Your self-study components can be tested through assignments. 5, 10 student you make, let them learn. Not all give, make fragmented, 10. So don't give single assignment for 60 students, some 6. So that at least they will learn. Otherwise, single, will not help. You have tried out. Assignment should, for learning you do, not scoring. Assignment, everybody gets marks. We are giving marks, but while getting marks, let them learn. That is the philosophy.
Elective courses, teachers give research papers to study and then.
That is, you should do for only, honors degree and all that. Not for a regular student, you should not do. Too high. See, honors also has got 3 channel. Honors by research, honors by course, honors by industry. A student want to go to industry and then do 18 credit, can be given honor. For a large number of faculty, since you don't research for your honors. From 6 advanced level course, for example, first tech, M.Tech level course can be a honors course for the B.Tech because he's intelligent. His CGPA is 9. He can do. So honors course wise you do. Good course for some course or some Swayam IIT professor, you give them. But that course coordinator also should see, and my suggestion is any online course, if they learning is from online, examination you should do. Online you take 50%, final exam you conduct 50, then you are giving degree, it is justified. Don't map everything from Swayam and Coursera. That's a policy. Their assessment, summative, you do it. One exam for 3 hours, set the question paper, then then we get averaged out. Otherwise, that lakhs of students are taking, that may not be a very proper mapping. Isn't it? They give you in Swayam, how do you map really for 100 marks? It's very difficult. 50 you take, they give a lot of assignment. Okay. Now, project, if you want to rubrics, morning we are talking. How do you write the rubrics? You say you divide them into some marks, give them marks.
Then maybe same type of pattern.
Okay. So what basically you do is divide your project into different classes. Some design project. So all projects are not in the same family. So some projects, for example, that cluster of project, you write the rubrics. For example, what is a project? You have to have problem definition. Otherwise, it's not a project. So you give some weightage. Then literature survey they have to do. What things have happened, whatever the way. It may not be a PhD literature survey, but still a project of that, they must have seen some other senior projects or some other. So literature survey, something is required. Methodology, what they adapt is also important for a project. Then design, if it's a design project, then design. Then testing, whatever they develop, testing has to be done. Presentation, having done the work, they have to present. Then technical writing, they have to write the dissertation. Then team, 4 of them will be doing. That's where you have to differentiate. How you do is also. Then if it is a ethical or societal problem, you give something. Environmental. So depending upon the type of project, group them and then give these rubrics. Now when you give these rubrics, just to example, don't take it as a leader. See, suppose there is a data structure course I'm taking, again being a computer science. Now rubrics is one where you have to say when student gets 5, when he gets 4, when he gets 3, it cannot be approximation. So for example, approach to the problem is one of the aspects, isn't it? When I wrote in the previous one, let us say I take this, for which the rubrics that I write is, when I say 5 level, excellent, very good, good, fair, and poor. So for example, approach is implement most appropriate data structure with accurate and optimized logic. You will get 5 out of 5. Implement the right data structure with correct logic, but you will not optimize. Optimization, all of you understand. So then you will get 4. Implement the working data structure with correct logic. One of the users, but not an efficient one. 3. Implement the appropriate data structure which impacted the logic. So what you should do is, are you writing all of you like this? Mostly not. This is what morning I was telling, rubrics. A student can be differentiated in a project evaluation only by this. In our 10, 5, 20, 100 marks, there you put 20, 18, this, that becomes approximate. So here, students should be given these rubrics before the project. Then it is a transparent system. So these rubrics are available in Google. Right in a department for a project evaluation monitor. Each project one rubrics. You cluster them, make a group to evaluate. Then it becomes a fair assessment. If you, it comes if you tell they accept your assessment. Now it is not happening, I know, in many places. So this is what you should do. Correct algorithm they use now for this. If the algorithm works for all cases, give 5 marks. If algorithm works for 75%, some approximation, not exactly. And then you, for example, report writing. If formats are right, references are good, you give 5 out of 5. Like that, you should be able to write. So this is what we call it as a rubrics. Dividing the marks is not rubric. How do we give? Like in the morning, one slide I showed, one test was conducted to climb the tree. Top 5 marks. If you go to, now how quickly you go in the 5-story, if you go in the first one, you get marks 4, 4th floor, 3rd. So like that, you have to write, tell the student, then that becomes a fair assessment. Okay, so you should start practicing this semester project. Keep that record before MBA committee comes. That's my submission. Yeah, this is what we have covered. This is what we have covered. I think I have corrected here. There is one vision. PS1 added. Good. Not bad. I have corrected somewhere. So Einstein says, I never try to teach my student. Then what was he doing? Create an environment. How do you create? Self-study, what we said. That is what we should do. Otherwise, spoon feeding will, they know makika maki. You should make them independent. That is what the OBA Washington Accord requirement is. Where you want to be? All of you? At least 4. Gifted teacher who inspires, modern teacher, 4 and 5, not 1 to 3. 1 to 3 is all primary. Mediocre teacher is only vomits in the class. And only a good teacher explains. You decide where you are and where you want to go. I'm not your self-assessment. Well, everybody. No, how do you say about others? You know about yours. You can't say everybody vomiting. Not like that. You are doing good job. What I'm saying is this is just to make you.
Matching with the OB pattern of NB.
Correct. Most of them up to 3 is fine. 4 and 5 we should climb. If you start practicing, then it will eventually become. That is what I am a teacher. We should all pride. Now there is a huge paradigm shift after COVID. One is, in OBA, written exams have become coursework. Tutor becomes student-led assessments. Teacher, centric has gone. Implicit have all become explicit. And competition, what we used to call, has become collaborations. And product assessment has become process. Process is much narrower. Objective, broad. It has become outcome. Content has become competencies. Even in faculty, you have to write down which is your competency. Then course outcome become modular and so on. So this paradigm shift is what we have to adopt in the NBA in the new. So therefore, for teaching, as I said, problem solving, discussion, whatever different methods, cooperative, project, presentations, you use them as many as possible. So Swayam platform, all of you know. Are you using platforms? So finally, education should give these 4 things. Knowledge, which it is giving, which it will continue to give. What is important is know-how. Know-how means to do things right. What is the right thing to do? The student should know. Then wisdom, to set the priority for work. The students don't have priority at all. Which is to be taken first? They have to prioritize, and finally make trustworthy and respectable members of the society. Okay, so this will not go because already I was talking about education 4.0 should match with industry 4.0 because today that is what industry. So therefore, finally, whatever the method that you have adopted in pedagogy should give this. Engineers should get critical thinking. Where do they get from? Classroom teaching it won't. It has to be hands-on, it has to be a project, it should be an internship. Critical thinking, problem solving, reasoning, creativity, imagination, innovation, entrepreneurship. These are the quality which the present day students are expected to do in our outcome-based education system. Okay. Some I will skip, don't worry. So this is a trend today. Diverse time, diverse place. Somebody can give a talk from America, their timing can be different. This, today that all gone now, 5 to 4:30. This is what the today's context is. Personalized learning. Your AI based. Where is our AI expert? She is here. She's our PhD is on. AI can be used in education for proctoring and examination. If somebody is copying, they can find out, and personalized. Each one how they are learning and all this can be tracked through AI. And good or student don't like it anyway, but you can't help it. Free choice, project based, field based, data integration, student ownership, mentoring will become more important in the outcome based education in the present context. So therefore, today, you have to have all these things now: soft skill, communication skill, creativity, lifelong learning, interdisciplinary. What is interdisciplinary? What is multidisciplinary? What is transdisciplinary? So if you are mechanical, thermal, well, they're all interdisciplinary. If you go to robot, go to some AI and robo, it becomes multidisciplinary. Transdisciplinary is your fine arts, liberal art, it goes economics. That also, because as an engineer, they need to know, and one course is there, no, that our economics and management, that becomes transdisciplinary. Trans is beyond. Inter is your domain. Multi is within engineering. Outside engineering, if you go, it becomes transdisciplinary. It's not multidisciplinary, it's also basic engineering. They are. No, I was telling, no. Yeah, you have to give in a mechanical engineering what content physics should be taught. Electronics should tell. No, application. Basic engineering is application. Engineering. What is engineering physics, and then your other what it could be engineering. Mathematics, of course, it is mathematics, physics. They're all first year. They're all engineering. Students should know how to design, means he should know what is projection, what is this. Therefore, he should teach engineering drawing is a basic. Then surveying is a basic. So the course that he needs to know about some electrical electronics, they are basic. They are electronics, talking about what is a diode, what is minimum basic things that you give in electrical, some what is motor, what is those things they should know. Otherwise, when you want to build up, he doesn't know what transformer is, what this, then he should not. Such course should be designed. They should have little variety of. See, earlier our time 5-year BTech was there. There every engineer knew surveying, every engineering knew mechanical, so many things. But now engineer means first year we don't want to study, last year we don't want to study, we want to study. Last year project, internship, placement. First year just passing. Then what engineering we are telling. Second year, third year, what can we teach? So engineering we have diluted. I mean, in a way, the real engineering, it should be a tough. They should not have time. We don't want to come to class, or too much of assignments, or too many tests. They must be complaining. They don't want tests. They want to, don't do tests now. There is a festival. Do it after the festival. Festival is nothing to do with that. I went for a graduation day, Clooney Convent. Graduation they do for SSLC also, PUC. Now graduation doesn't mean BTech, MTech. Graduation these days they do in the LKG also when they go to first standard. So certificate. So one girl was given gold medal. What for? She studied in Clooney Convent from LKG to 12th. 14 years. What could be her attendance? Not even one class she missed. She came, even if she has a headache or fever with a kerosene, she sat 14 years without marriages, without brother marriage, that she sat in the class. I mean, it's very difficult though. I claim myself, I attended 95. But now why 75? I should have liberty. No, your student will tell. They remove the attendance. Yeah, they don't want, Bombay you go, they don't want attendance. We know, we will write. So that is, even if you are attending, you are not writing. So, attendance 75% is also wrong. They know, they understand only 75% in OBE. Attendance should be mandatory with special medical and all that you should try to give, and then mentor. Suppose I miss a class, Next class, I don't even understand. Then what is the, I don't want to attend 25% of the class. Attendance should be mandatory. That's why there are institutions where 90 and above, they get one assessment tool, 5 out of 5. 80 to 94. So at least, to get that marks, they will come and sit. I mean, good or bad, you decide. But what I'm saying is attendance, they should not miss. Learning is already going. Yeah, you raised your hand. Your range, no? Your range. All aspects are covered, no? What is not? No, what is not? You tell me what is not followed.
First of all, we do not have first year. We have first semester. First semester, the branch.
No, what is the band given by ACT? How many credit in 160? You map it and show these courses will lead to that, and then see, it is up to you. You basic science, basic engineering science, you decide what is those, what you teach in second semester, third, you map it to that and then say this percentage. That's your choice. Your academic council, your BOS. Huh? Which subject? That's okay. But you must be doing in some other fashion, CAD, I mean, so you map it. Nothing. Then now.
So sure that
the electronics fella says, why should I learn? But you have to give some other things which are useful to the design. That's, you map it that. No, conventional drawing. No, they will take the design from electronics perspective with their software, they will. So they can map that. That's okay. See, even if you study chemistry, why did you remove? You're not using in computer and electronics any chemistry, therefore you don't want, you decided. That's okay. Chemistry is there in the ACT. So now chemistry has been removed, they call materials. Materials, what they use for electronics, they can teach. Somewhere, map it. Materials, what is mechanical or civil, you can do. The title and number of credit need not match. And that there are many university first year branch specific. Branch specific. No, there is no common subject in many university first year. That is removed. So in your curriculum, first unit, you put 5 hours. That's enough. Teaching your projection, teaching your, you include in your syllabus. Don't force everyone. That you can put in your first unit. Yeah, give self-learning if you want. See, very difficult to add everything. No, 60 credit. You're doing. Now, you should ask a student to learn self. Title which used to be there earlier, engineering drawing is common to all the engineering students. Is that they want thinking, they want critical, some course, there. At least the concept of design. What is the concept of optimization? What is the concept? Which common. They become engineering. Like safety is also important. Teachers optimize. Optimization. Increase or decrease one. I take one parameter, play with it. I optimized the claim. Is it optimization? multi-parameter optimization. If you do one, the other one, the real optimization is not happening. So what, what I'm trying to say, you try to, as a university, you have flexibility. Yeah, any question? See, what you should do as a university, that is where your thinking should go. My program in LNMI IIT electronics, what is the program educational objective? Now you read, you wanted to read. Morning, I did not give you a chance. You read now. PO of mechanical. All of you listen. Yes. Are you happy with that? Now, what is PO1?
The PO1 is engineering knowledge.
What is your first part of this? First part of PO? Same. Well, then it is then how can you be PO? It is PO. Then wrong. Second one you read.
Address the challenges.
Three.
Provide opportunity and work with multidisciplinary.
Now you go to vision. Vision also you write. Mission also you write. So problem with us is we have not differentiating vision, mission, and POs. Vision, all program put together, you think of. Mission, how to reach. Again, program, how it leads. Your program, your department also should have vision. What is the department of vision? Don't say that we have not written. What is institution vision? They have to get you should help institute to reach with your mission vision also. So probably all of you have not sat and did this exercise. That's the problem. So morning I told you, please all of you sit, brainstorm on Saturday, try to do some analysis. What IIT write, what these people write, what they write. You try to bring what we can doable. Write your departmental missions are not written in line with. Of course, our vision of the university is 10 lines. Vision should be, morning you was reading, vision 1, vision 2. There cannot be vision 1 and 2. It is one vision. Yeah, prepare the globally, some one-liner. That students should understand that vision. Now you yourself take a mobile phone, browse it, and then reading. Vision should be, everyone should know, all the stakeholders. So I think vision, mission, POs has to be, you have to revisit. And you should understand those statements because you are the author. Author in the sense, even if they have written, you modify and now become that what you should write. So PO1 is wrong. 2, 3, again PO's clubbing. You should again, you look at some 10, 20 good institution, vision, mission, then you get idea. That exercise has to be done. I think academic dean will take up that and then. Next. I don't know where I am. Yeah. Google Classroom, Moodle, but decide what you want to do. Do you do virtual lab? IIT Kanpur, NIT Surathkal, they have virtual lab. You can integrate. They will give you free of cost. Ministry has given. So that some good experiments are there, your student will get exposed to. So no one, you're not doing? The 12 experiment, what I was telling, some of them can be virtual lab with the IIT Kanpur and NIT Surathkal. They are nodal center. so that you make your 8-year, 4 they can learn from there and test them, so that they exposed to a better experiment, better hands-on. No, now also it's active because they generate some new experiments. Yeah, self-learning, you can keep this, isn't it? So why do you? Student? Yeah, about 24 hours a week. 20. Huh? Ah. You are supposed to work 40 hours. They are supposed to be in the class for 24 hours. Then another 16 hours, your assignment, quiz, learning, self. 40 hours in a week. They should not be in the classroom for 40 hours. Yeah, all put together. That's how that 200 has been reduced to 160. See, they should not be in the class like a primary school. Practical. What is your ratio today? 1:2. 100 hours practical. 100 hours. Theory? Theory? No. So 1:2 means 33% of practical, 66% of theory, which is not correct. Okay. 50-50 may not be there. It will not be there. 65% theory. So that should become reverse over the time. If you go to Germany, 65% of the hands-on and lab, 35% theory. And most of the university in India, 60 to 65% theory, 30-35% is lab.
For example,
50-50 is not bad. 50, so it's good, but he says 35-65.
hours, in terms of credit,
Now credit 2 hours of lab is 1, no? So it becomes of it.
66
That is correct. Credit wise, no, his question is what is ideal?
how much we should or more content in less number of courses.
You teach less and depth. Our curriculum, no, what you put in the syllabus, you cannot cover 40. You hurry.
So, but if we come study, but if we talk about 5 lakhs,
535 lab is too much. Now, what I suggest is the national framework is there. What they say, 15 hours is equal to 1 credit, our old terminology. Now, 30 hours is 1 credit. Everything. That self-study, that you map it and then do exercise for 1 and then. See, you should not teach everything. That's the concept. Completely. No, credit 160, understanding should change. One hour of lecture is 1 credit, what we call 15 hours in 15 weeks. You should have a content in that for 30 hours. Classroom 15 hours only you teach. Rest you do for self-study, tutorial. I mean, something you should do. That framework you read. LTPS.
1 hour tutorial and half weightage for
That you should change. The rest should be engagement. Yeah. Credit you don't give. No, that is part. No, SAR also will clearly say for 30-hour content, 1 credit, of which teaching is 15 hours, LTPS. LTPS, all 4 put together, 3 credit is 15 into 3, 45, that is 90. All put together, because they may spend 4 hours to learn that. That you are not teaching, you are not doing lab, you are not, but they will learn from elsewhere, no? Saturday, Sunday, evening. That is counted in that total. But credit calculation, what you teach only is credit calculation. That is 45 hours. 15 into 3, yeah? 14 into 3, 42. Something like that you do, 14 weeks. You got my point? Your curriculum design in the framework, 1 hour of teaching equal to 1 credit, that remains. But your content is broadened. Of that, that is double. Instead of 15 hours, it is 30 hours thing. But you teach 15 hours, another 15 hours is through self-learning. That in person. Your contact hours, 50-75%. How do you know there? Other thing is not in your hand. You can't quantify, no? Tell me. Why not? Physics for mechanical can be different. Physics for electrons can be different. Oh yes. Mathematics, one may be common. Say 2, 3, 4 may be different for different branch. Because what electronics and electrical requires is for their, mathematics is different. What mechanical is required is different. Some people don't need transforms. What do you teach? Some people, mathematics there. So it can be branch. No, you have to accept. When first year semester itself, when you have branch specific, no change of branch. That is a policy. You should not allow. Otherwise, you have to again give some bridge course. No, universities where they accept this, they don't have branch change. You can't have both. If it is a branch change, first year you have to be common. No, branch change should not be allowed. After first branch, second semester, you can go to the other branch if seats are there. Good interaction. Nice. Yeah, that's important. Monotonous. So, now these are the skill they want now. Complex problem solving. This is where co-teaching should come. Creativity. People management. They have to, that is important as an engineer. Then emotional intelligence, at least cognitive flexibility. They don't get a job like us 40 years working in IASC. They will keep changing. They should adapt. Stress level, many things have to be embedded. Now, a lot of counselors are also required for students. I don't know, psychological counselors, social counselors are there. Stress, even for teacher to release the stress level is not for student alone, teachers also. They say publish 2 papers to get your promotion. All those conditions are also coming now. Some order in which the cognitive flexibility is not there. Some changes. Now this is, it has come. This was not there earlier. Earlier, stable, job was stable. Now they keep more cognitive flexibilities. You should change the domain area and go. And some, the priorities have changed. Emotional also was not there. And order in which is there some small, things. Industry 4.0. Huh? No, it's for industry. Skills relevant for industry 4.0. No, NEP 20 should prepare student industry ready, that 4.0, for which these skills, whatever the way you think, lab or tutorial or self-study, you should bring them and give assignment where they can think critically. Don't give, that's what the meaning of that. Yeah, I have another 2-3 minutes. Just hold on. It's not over yet. No, I thought of doing 2 talks I left, NEP. We will do some other time. Huh? So IT plus IT equal to IT. Mathematically wrong. But what it means, information technology yesterday plus information technology today equal to information technology tomorrow. Like syllabus, yesterday's teacher, today. So things are changing, 5G, 6G, all those things. IT, BT, information technology. BT is biotechnology, geotechnology, geoinformatics, bioinformatics. Now all information. You go to satellite, get all the data, do whatever you want. What I was trying to say is only 2 things. One is unlearn, learn, read. Teacher also, student also. Something what is not required, unlearn. Learn something and then relearn. Because otherwise we will not be in the race with the industry. Okay. Huh? Now, today technology, just few I am giving here. AI, world, IoT, robotics, cyber security, data science, quantum computing, and 3D printing, your additive manufacturing, blockchain, augmented reality, virtual. So we should try to give project, try to do internship, try to do with industry connect in this area so that our visible, our students, all those things will become. I mean, anything in these buzzword employability also. So yeah. Yeah. No, this old one. Give me a second. No, give me a minute. Because I don't want to disappoint him. I just prepared for you only. Full screen. Does it make sense now? Sustainable Development Goal. United Nations has come up with 17 sustainable goals. No, view mode. No. Okay, 17 sustainable goals. So what are they? Okay, so this I will give you, but I don't want to play. I think it is play. It's not playing. Yes. Takes time or what? Not matching. It's okay. Video is not a.
The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are 17 targets we must meet by 2030 to ensure decent lives for all on a healthy planet. Right now, it's expected we will fail. One reason for that is the growth in our global population. The more people there are, the more we take from nature. More land for housing, infrastructure, and producing food. More water, more trees. More of us means more pollution and the climate emissions that threaten us all. Our numbers are driving a 6th mass extinction, with 1 million species at risk of disappearing for good. Everyone deserves a long, healthy life, but when governments are poor, health systems buckle under the pressure of growing populations. Meanwhile, women and children are dying because of barriers to family planning. and millions of women and girls still have no say over what happens to their bodies and lives. There is enough of everything for everyone on our planet now, if the richest nations take less and share more. But with our population expected to reach almost 11 billion by the end of the century, abolishing poverty and hunger and providing food, safe water, and energy for all without destroying more of the living world will become impossible. Just as all these problems are linked, so are the solutions. When women and communities are empowered and given the best education, they usually choose smaller families. That helps people escape poverty while taking pressure off resources and the environment. Good healthcare and economic security free people from the need to have many children to support them. And access to modern contraception means that they can choose to have fewer. In rich countries where our impact is so excessively high, we can make a critical difference by having smaller families alongside reducing our runaway consumption. Achieving a sustainable global population matters. If we do, we can all have the dignity, security, and well-being envisioned by the Sustainable Development Goals. We must not fail. Let's invest in and celebrate solutions that empower people to choose smaller families, make their lives better, and protect our only home. Today, tomorrow, and forever. Visit populationmatters.org/SDGs to find out what you can do.
Now, the new accreditation, they must have told you, yesterday.
Today, we present a powerful speech by Palki.
So, '17, by 2030, but we are lagging. India has now achieved only about 50%. So, go to the next slide. So, first one is, see, what you do is all the 17 we don't have to do, we cannot do. What you should be doing is any course which leads to any one of them, you have to map it. For example, no poverty, leave it. Zero hunger, nothing that you and me can do. Good health and well-being, if any course that you are teaching, yeah, that you can do it. Quality education, certainly the humanities course, English, whatever that you do. Gender equality, leave it. Any course, if it is there, you do it. Clean water and sanitation is also important, but if any topics are taught, civil is not science, then you can map it. Affordable clean energy, sustainable thing. Okay, and then decent, economic growth, leave it. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure can be done. Your projects that you do with, other things. The reduced inequality, I don't think you can address this. Sustainable cities and communities, some work that you take up with the, that can be connected with a project if they do society and, that can be mapped. Responsible consumption and production, you leave it. Climate change, yes, it is, I think some project if they can, data, that you can do. Wherever, not that everything can be connected. Then life below water, I don't think any one of us can get into this. Life on land, also don't worry. Peace, justice, and strong institution, you don't worry. Partnership for the goals, you do. So what you do is in the 17, 4, 5, 6, you pick. Try in your domain what can go, which subject is giving what. That's good enough to begin with. That is a new accreditation SAR when you are preparing, that you should keep in mind. That's why I just prepared this for, okay. Yeah, now.
An online question coming. How OB will contribute for the student placement? Is it required to be documented for SAR?
Yeah. Why student join you? For placement, employability. So outcome-based education purpose is to make them employable. Outcome. Now, I earlier when a student go to industry, You used to say, this title, this subject I have learned, this subject. Now you cannot say that. These topics, competency I have, where I can be useful to you in your company. That is called employability. Biodata they were writing, father name, mother name, address, email. Now you cannot write. You have to write, I know C, I know. That's also not enough. Knowing C, what project you have done, what can be, tools that you have said. So therefore, profiling, outcome-based education improves the profiling of the student. That in turn will help them in good placement and employability. They have to be recorded also, kept it, what company comes, what for they came. I think TPC, you have a training and placement center. There they have to training what they give. The training has led to what kind of a job they should keep the record. Okay. So it's not easy, 4.5, 5 hours to hold you like this. I'm very happy. And still, all of you are still, energetic. And this is only 4th day. You have to sustain for 4 more days, 50%. Only 50% is over. Hope the next speakers also will keep you alive, lively like this. Otherwise, it becomes. I'm very happy that you're all really. I am thankful to you. No. I see either you should be hands-on or you should be interactive. See, if it is one-way talk, class also the problem is one way. Therefore, they lose interest. So what you try to do as much as every class, every time you can't give analogies, at least try to make them attentive. I should not miss my, this teacher class. That concept, if it comes, it's fine. So once again, thank you for the opportunity. Hope, it's only a beginning. Whatever the little that I could motivate from 10 o'clock, I did it. Now, ball is in your court. So try to do, maybe after 3-4 months, you will come back. Then, you have more questions to ask, more doubts, clarification, because at least hope the whole day you got the concepts. Idea is not to go, the subsequent one, maybe tomorrow, CO, the other practical things that they do is also very useful. Thank you very much.
Okay. So online queries are also handled. It's taken care.
Very.
For any further queries, we can contact Dr. Shivaprakash through his email ID or maybe contact number if it can be shared. We'll share it through with all permission. Professor Shivaprakash, we would like to thank you from LNM IIT as well as an FTP coordinator, which is being jointly conducted here with MNIT under the umbrella of MIT, Government of India. Whole day was too interactive, and I was happy to see that interaction going on both ways. Just to thank you for with a small token of appreciation from LNM IIT, I would like to invite Professor Khatri from MME department to hand over a small token of appreciation to Professor Shivaprakash.
This is small.
Yes, it is small. Joint. Yes, sir. Professor Khatri, he interacted the most today.
Senior most also.
And he's senior most in the MME department right now.
All the very best. Offline also. Online, offline, blended mode. Thank you all and take care. Good luck.
Okay, just one thing. Tomorrow, first session will be here offline. Professor Dr. Midda, OS Midda from MNIT will be here. And second half, we will have in CML BDA lab. And we may require your course data, question-wise marks and all for one of the courses. We'll share all the details by email. But tomorrow we'll have those computations hands-on session. So thank you.
So before we leave from here, there's a tea arranged outside. So before leaving, have tea and then you can leave for the day. And we'll be meeting tomorrow again back and at 10 a.m. Online participants, we are done for the today. And then we'll be meeting back again tomorrow at sharp 10 a.m. Thank you so much for joining us.